I needed a moment. Hallmark, Megan and I are both super duper pissed at you for a couple of reasons, okay? Y'all played with Ryan Purvey. Y'all played with him a couple weeks ago under the Christmas sky, okay? Now y'all went ahead and disrespected Tyler Hines with this Never Been Christmas, okay? Which I'm giving a 4 out of 10. And I would score it even lower if I didn't like Tyler so much. There's a lot Megan and I want to say about this movie, but we are pissed. I think this movie was a bunch of malarkey, cow dunk. I'm trying to find politically correct ways to say that somebody took their foot and wrote this script without using their brain. Acting was terrible. Script was even more horrible. I'm not sure why this was even a Christmas movie. I'm sick of y'all trying to do like class reunion movies around Christmas. Y'all tried that class reunion shit. Ooh, see, y'all done made me mad. Y'all tried that class reunion stuff last year with Amy Teagarden, and it was a mess. And I loved her from My Christmas Family Tree. And then y'all went ahead and gave her that terrible script. Now, I understand she's fairly new to Hallmark, so I could see y'all playing her, for a sucker. But I can't believe that you guys did that to Tyler Hines. And I'm noticing that my baby Andrew Walker, his movie's coming up next week. You guys are giving your heavy hitters some crappy ass scripts and then expecting us, the viewers, to buy it. This was very disappointing. Janelle Parrish, she was in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. And I always wondered why they focused on the middle sister, even though I know the books were written that way. And then the spinoff was about the baby sister. And I loved Katie's spinoff. I loved Lara Jean in To All the Boys I've Loved. But I'm like, how come the big sister is like in Europe in college or something? Her acting in Hallmark kind of falls flat. A couple years ago, I think it was 2021, she was in Coyote Christmas with Ryan Purvey, and she kind of stunk in that. But I figured Ryan is the type of actor that you either have chemistry with him or you do not. So I gave her a pass because not everybody has chemistry. Not everybody can keep up with him. Even though I will say in A Fabled Christmas, I think that's what it was called, or A Fable Tale from last year, he did have chemistry with his lead. Brooke, I think is her name. And it was just like a very trippy Christmas movie. Okay. So, I gave her a pass, but now I have seen her in a couple Hallmark movies, including this one, and the acting is just terrible. It's just overdone. It's immature. And by the way, guys, these are all grown actors and actresses. Some people just are more youthful looking and more childlike. But what I didn't like is the theme of the immaturity of this movie. Okay, let's get into the plot of this movie. For those of you that didn't waste 2 hours of your life watching it, thank God for DVR. So it was more like I wasted an hour and a half of my life on this movie. But still, it's time I could have been boiling some wigs. I'm gonna keep it real honest. Once again, this is the title, Never Been Chris, starring Tyler Hines as Chris. And that's the thing, y'all made him a weirdo, and y'all made him very unlikable, just very upsetting. Janelle Parrish, she played Naomi, and I don't remember seeing Pascal Lamont Kippens, I think is how you say her name. I don't remember seeing her on Hallmark before, but if she was, I don't think she was a lead. Maybe she was like a best friend or something, because and by the way, this is how serious my shirt literally says no thanks. No thanks, Hallmark. And I know CEO Wanda Lucas, you on your way out. You're resigning, I think, at the end of this year. Last year, you gave us a wonderful Christmas season with memories. My DVR still has a lot of your movies. And this year, most of these movies can just be put in the toilet. So this was one of those movies where Megan and I didn't expect it to be good, but we didn't really realize it was going to be trash, and we both did watch it to the end, unfortunately. Once again, I'm giving Never Been Chris a 4 out of 10. So basically, two best friends, Liz and Naomi, they have a company together. They created an app called Best Pals. Don't even ask me what the hell Best Pals is, but I guess it means you can find friends in a city you're in if you don't have friends. Because one of the things I got from this movie, it seems like these two only had each other's friends. So they weren't just each other's best friends. They really appear to be each other's only friends, which is a damn problem in itself, right? If it's your only friend and then that's your best friend, it's like, come on now, at least have two or three others. Anyway, so they're pitching this app to a company for the company to invest in it. Turns out the company ends up wanting to buy Best Pals. And a lot of people think that Naomi actually works for Liz, but no, they are co-founders of the Best Pals app, even though it really was Liz's idea. But we see in this movie, Naomi lacks direction on a million levels. Anyway, they go back home because they were in the Bay Area, somewhere out in California in the Bay Area. They go back home and we already see that there's some dynamics with each of their mothers. We see in this movie that both Christmas and Hanukkah is celebrated. That was actually one of the best things about the movie, is to see Hanukkah, I think is what some people call it, Christmas and Hanukkah put together. Liz's family is Jewish, so they celebrate Hanukkah. And Naomi's family celebrates Christmas. We see that Naomi's mom is very codependent ever since Naomi's father died her senior year of college. So I had to explain to Megan that this kind of codependency, where you replace your spouse, your child now takes the place of your spouse. You want to move in with them, you want to live with them, yet you're able-bodied, you could remarry, you could meet other people. And some people don't know that exists, and it's usually a dynamic between mothers and sons is when it's like a perfect example. There are a lot of mothers who treat their sons like it's their husband, but it's your son. And in this movie, Naomi was her daughter. She wants to do everything with her. And it's not because she has some sort of medical issue. It's literally because she just has no one else besides Naomi. And that's not healthy. And this dynamics, in my opinion, it's really up to the parent to break that cycle. Naomi shouldn't have to feel like she has to be there for her mom 24/7. Her mom is very capable of being there for herself. Liz, on the other hand, is super hard on her mom. And I'm a person who struggles with mommy issues. Like, I'm a diehard daddy girl. So I can identify in having issues with your mother and not feeling like you have this closeness with her. But Liz was really hard on her mom. Her mom and dad divorced. Her mom remarried, or maybe both of them remarried. But only her mom, stayed around and raised her along with the stepdad. And she had some resentment. She also had a stepsister. That stepsister got into Stanford. And we actually realized from the first time that we see Liz congratulating her stepsister that Liz also got into Stanford. But it turns out she told everyone she didn't get in just so she could go to Iowa State with Naomi. Now, I'm not trying to be funny. I am a Penn Stater. We are, so I'm a big state school. But if Stanford was your dream school, that friendship should have been strong enough for you to attend Stanford. Okay, so that's the friendship dynamics. Now enters Chris. He was like the most popular, most good-looking guy in high school. They both had a crush on him. And the phrase "never been Chris'd" is every time he chose a girlfriend, the girlfriend became popular and everybody wanted to be just like her. Well, it turns out Naomi and Liz both had a crush on Chris. Both wanted him. So we see these two friends now competing for him when they bump into him back home. Turns out Chris is like an English teacher at their local high school. So basically he looks like he peaked in high school. He is a fake vegan. He's really a pescatarian. We see in the movie he's sneaking fish here and there. Like, Hallmark, what was the point of even squeezing that into the shitty ass storyline, okay? Y'all really just pissed me off. There's nothing wrong with being a pescatarian. I'm not sure why he had to walk around telling people he was vegan, but sometimes when the lights get shut off, he feels for some fish. It's just a mess. Anyway, these friends, both say they're not really interested in Chris. Turns out they both are. He ends up really liking Naomi, but they at first feel like a mismatch because she realizes she doesn't know a lot about Chris. As Naomi is getting closer to Chris, Liz is getting closer to some of the other cool kids from high school. Both of them are getting jealous of the friendships or relationships that they are actually making without each other. And everything about this whole movie was just unhealthy. From the friendships to the romance to the mothers, unhealthy and shitty. Just real shitty. Stay tuned for part 2.